It is the We Are You Morning Crew. Hey, y'all. How you doing? Hope you're having a great day and a good morning wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Glad you're doing it with us. Now, we got to get into the story before we leave the show today. Now, we watched this man's story unfold as he became a musical icon of sorts on the music scene. And then the event happened. Chris Brown touched on Rihanna. Now, however you believe the origin of the violent ongoing between Chris Brown and Rihanna happened, it did happen. Chris Brown was there. Now, I was of the belief that Chris Brown had changed his ways. He's learned, he hasn't been involved in anything, da-da-da-da-da. And then Lioness said, oh, no, sir. You must not be aware of Chris Brown's track record. And she went down the whole curriculum vitae, or the curriculum violence, if you will. And I was like, for real? I was like, oh my God, I thought he had changed. Now, I thought, okay, surely this man is on a trajectory with an idea of how to assemble himself accordingly among other adults.
Mm-hmm.
But over the weekend, he has shown his entire ass, not once, but twice. And then with the heir apparent to R&B, the king of R&B, I call him. Now you can argue with your goldfish because I'm not in the mood. Usher. Now apparently, y'all see how I did all that, but argue with your goldfish. I'm not finna do it today.
I love that. I'm going to take the goldfish.
Now, according to reports that's been posted everywhere and on TMZ, who knows everything about everybody, apparently Chris Brown and his security team reportedly jumped Usher at a Las Vegas party after an incident with Teyana Taylor. Now, according to TMZ, it was caught on camera. I'm sorry. Let's go back to I'm jumping to the other story. That's the second fight. The first fight with Usher apparently happened at a skating rink. Now, Usher and Chris Brown got into a heated argument, which apparently led to some sort of scuffle that got violent outside. And TMZ has video on their website that led up to it. Now, in the footage that they've obtained, they were told was taken very early Saturday morning at the Skate Rock City roller rink in Vegas, where Chris Brown was celebrating his 34th birthday among a lot of celeb pals, including Usher, with whom he's incredibly close, apparently. Now, while Usher was there, Chris, early in the evening, everything was fine. Things unfortunately got ugly in the wee hours of the morning when eyewitnesses tell TMZ that Chris was attempting to talk to Teyana Taylor, who was also in attendance and sitting on a bench just outside of the rink. Now, we're told for whatever reason, Teyana was ignoring him. Now, Chris Brown, who has these fragile feelings apparently, and acts out, was not feeling Teyana ignoring him. Now, sources say that Chris was pissed off because he started to yell at her, and that's when Usher intervened and tried to calm him down. Now, in the video, apparently, you can see that exchange happening. Now, later on, according to sources, Chris Brown was not having that and started cussing at Usher and Teyana. Now, let me pause this story for a second because I got to get into this part. Now, Teyana Taylor does not do scandal. Teyana Taylor, she rarely does interviews. So I just cannot see Teyana Taylor willfully getting to an exchange with Chris Brown because, to be honest, I think if Teyana Taylor and Chris Brown got into it, Teyana Taylor would knock Chris Brown's block off. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But let's move forward with the story. Now, mostly he was focusing his anger at Usher, but eventually, according to sources, Chris told his crew that they were leaving and they exited the facility. And that's when they said that Usher took off his skates and went after Chris. Now, eyewitnesses again say they were present. And they said they saw Usher go behind a string of charter buses that were parked in a lot where Chris and his crew were at. And that's when Usher emerged with what appeared to be a bloody nose. Now, the
Mm-mm.
sources are unclear if he went to the hospital or if a report was filed, but he did end up performing later on after whatever the injury was. Now, people were saying that he had a broken nose, but clearly he did not because he didn't have the black eyes or any of those things associated with black
Mm-hmm.
broken nose. Moving on with the story. Now, meanwhile, Usher, Tiana, and Chris have all been very silent following this incident. But Chris Brown was still on his bad behavior because later on, he was in another altercation following.
Wait, there's another one in the story?
Another girl. Chris Brown
I'm
needs,
so sick of him. Go ahead.
he needs help. Now, new footage circulating online appears to show Chris aggressively trying to reach somebody across from him in what looks like to be the backstage area of a venue. Now, per several blog accounts, this was reportedly taken during Missy Elliott's set in Vegas on Saturday. No details are out about this, including what led up to it or who Chris may have been beefing with. Now, they're unable to confirm what exactly was going on. However, on its face, it doesn't look good for Chris Brown, who was just, I said, in an exchange with Usher. Now, I said all of that stuff to say, what the hell is wrong with this baby? What happened to him that he has become this violent person? What has happened to him? And why is the deeper question, is this man still allowed to perform and be Chris Brown in the way that Chris Brown has been able to be Chris Brown after all this stuff?
That's the piece for me, George. So let me be honest in this moment. I am more, and I am a black woman that stands for black men, that wants to see black men win and succeed, that believes that there's a system in place that is oppressing our brothers. This brother here, though, is Teflon.
Yes.
Something about him is able to avoid and matrix out of every responsibility that he's ever had to have. I mean, I've never seen anyone get this level of access and power and privilege and ability to keep working when they've gotten so many accusations, all the way from attacking a woman to getting a restraining order from another woman to several rape allegations to throwing a chair through the Good Morning America window to attacking so many other different people in life. Now Usher, now this other person that we have video, and mind you, a lot of this stuff is on video. Like, it's really ridiculous to me how much of a pass that we've given Chris Brown. And there's a number of different reasons why I believe he's getting this pass. But Chris Brown is getting a real pass in this moment to be a monster unchecked. Whereas we just were telling you stories regarding other celebrities, Jonathan Majors, and other folks who have just been accused and lost everything in their life before an accusation was ever confirmed. Chris Brown has fought and even settled multiple rape allegations at this point. So what are we doing? What is the standard to get canceled? Because it's not evenly applied. What do you think Chris's advantage is, George?
You know what? I have not looked into his background, but I'm wondering if he's connected somehow, to other people in the profession. In the way that he is able to escape all of this scandal.
Do you think it could be colorism?
I think it could be. I think if he was a few tones darker, that maybe things would be different. And again, looking at Jonathan Majors, who was simply accused, not caught in the act of, not with the bruises and knots and things that we saw in Rihanna's situation. Not often accused every other week and it's just really strange to me that this man now, because he was not a boy, he's 30-something years old, has been able to walk away, still have women like Chloe Bailey and others work with him. Jordan Sparks has even said, I think that my career was effed up because I worked with him. She said this openly.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's gone unnoticed that he's a bad boy, but how he has been able to be a bad boy and still have a thriving career is astonishing to me.
It also, to me, is indicative of how we see Black women in this society, because a lot of his trauma, a lot of what he does is directed towards Black women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the Black women he doesn't deny, that he doesn't allow in his sections. It's the Black women he's made the negative comments about. It's dark-skinned women in particular that he's made actual tweets and comments about. And I think that if it were a different target audience, the day he hits a white woman is the day his career is over.
Yes.
That's the difference, too.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Majors is accused of attacking a white woman, and the world moved for him. It's because Chris Brown has only been beating Black women right now.
Ooh.
And the sad, and the sad part about it is yet another Black woman, Tiana Taylor, now has a story of being menaced by this man. Whether he attacked her or not, she has a story of being menaced by him. And I just don't understand so then maybe that's it. We just figured it out.
That's it.
The difference is that one of them is one of them is accused of attacking white women, and the other is accused of attacking Black women. And there's a difference in how we see those two people. There's a difference in how those two groups are treated. Black women will never, ever get sympathy, because at the end of the day, the world believes we're supposed to be beaten to remain in our place.
Yeah, right.
A white woman is supposed to be protected, loved, and sheltered, and all of the dramas and TV shows and sitcoms are focused on her fragility and her emotions and her ability to fall out and have a moment. All a white woman has to do is cry real good on camera. She can get an Academy Award. And so what I do know is that is a type of femininity that is appreciated. And Chris Brown seems to be coasting on the laurels of an apathy towards Black women and their violence. And I just feel like we got to get more intentional. And this is the problem, too. Black people, why are we still listening to Chris Brown? Why are we still supporting him? Because in the name of Tiana Taylor and every other woman that has been menaced, Karrueche Tran, Rihanna, every other woman that has been menaced by him, the woman he's currently in a rape allegation with. I mean, there's so many different situations that we're overlooking, and you wonder, how did R. Kelly get where he got? Because everyone overlooked because of the music. How did Bill Cosby get where he got? Because everyone overlooked because of the acting and his prestige and culture. When are we going to stop upholding these people in our culture that are purely coasting on their past work and their bodies of prestige, and it's making us overlook all of the problematic ways that they're targeting our community, particularly our Black women?
Woof. Girl, you said it. You hit the nail on the head. And on that is what we said, and we said what we said. Now, what do you have to say? Let us know. Go to our social media and sound off and talk to us about it, because I know y'all got something to say. You can comment below, because this is going to be on YouTube as well. The We Are You Morning Crew.
Download the We Are You radio app.
Turn it up loud.
Use the shout out feature to talk directly to your favorite station. It's available on your app store. Search WERU Radio, one word, today.